Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of Appropriate Audiences. I'm your host, Colin Coyle, and today I'm joined by Nina and Matt. This week, we will be reviewing the film The Drop, which features the late James Gandolfini in his last on-screen appearance. In this tightly wound, dialogue-driven character study, shows the seedy underworld of organized crime through the local bar where the money is laundered. This intense film deals with themes of honesty, ego, desperation, loyalty, and new beginnings. Based on Dennis Lehane's short story, Animal Rescue, James Gandolfini shines in a character you've come to expect, a crime boss masquerading as a family man. And Tom Hardy puts on his best New York accent to play a depressed and mundane 30-something-year-old bartender with a dark past. The film premiered at the 2014 International Film Festival and was met with critical acclaim, and was later released theatrically in early September. So, what were your initial thoughts or feelings about the film if you saw the trailer or just going into it?
I didn't see the trailer. I didn't even know James Gandolfini had been in another movie. I thought he was in. I don't remember what the movie was called, but he was in a movie with some actress who's well known. I'm forgetting her name.
Seinfeld. I know which one.
Yeah.
Oh, the Julia.
Yeah.
They were in
Yeah.
Italy or something.
Yeah. I thought that was his last movie, so I was like, oh, he's in another one. But at the same time, I was like, okay, he's in another one, I guess.
He's not gonna be in anymore.
Yeah.
No, you won't be.
So I was like, yeah, I never heard of this, but I heard Bane was in it. So I was like, this might be okay.
Yeah, I didn't know he was in this either. I actually never heard
Bane
of
or
the movie.
James Gandolfini?
Both of them. But I heard it was a mob movie, so I was interested automatically. So
Because
yeah.
you're in the mob.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a break and send it over to a new segment called Trailer Trash. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Trailer Trash. This week, we will be reviewing the film Wish I Was Here, which is the second directorial effort by this guy, Zach Braff.
Damn it!
Swear jar.
The swear jar is all the money we have to send you to college, so you should be happy I curse.
Well, if you can curse, then we all can curse. Is that what you want?
For the next minute only, you can curse.
Then Harry balls.
I'm gonna be laid up for a while. I'm gonna need you to watch Coco.
There's so much bad news all at once.
What about my dream? I mean, doesn't God believe in my pursuit of happiness?
No.
Well, thank you.
This is our father. You have to rally with me.
Absolutely not.
What's happening? This. Oh my.
You let her shave her head?
No, I was just innocently playing video games with the boy one.
Tucker.
Tucker, great kid.
You can pick anyone you want, just as long as it's unique and amazing like you.
Your boys will remember this time for the rest of their lives. It will shape who they are as men.
We both spent our entire lives wishing we could be something great. And now we're finally called upon to do something that requires some actual bravery.
Welcome to Aston Martin.
Now, kids, it's really about what it sounds like when you floor it from a full stop.
There will be no flooring it from a full stop.
No, sir.
Thank you.
I'm scared.
I know. I want you to jump in. I'm going to be here for you. When we were kids, my brother and I used to pretend that we were heroes, the only ones who could save the day. But maybe we're just the regular people, the ones who get saved.
Now that you've seen the trailer, your first thought is probably, I still have no idea what the film's about. And that's kind of a theme with Zach Braff. He likes to make movies where people don't understand what's going on, unless your name's Zach Braff. Living in Jersey, I'm sure all of us have felt like Zach Braff at some point. There's a lot of trees around. We kind of just want to find ourselves. We're going to college because we think we're supposed to, that type of stuff. In Wish I Was Here, if you've seen Garden State, it's the sequel. There's really no difference. He got a lot older. The only difference is Mandy Patinkin's in it, and Diego Montoya and his father was killed. But really, my main critique with the film is if you watch the trailer, you still have no idea what it's about. It's just a bunch of existentialist ramblings by the actor from Scrubs. Now, the only real criticism I have is the fact that the movie was raised via crowd audience. It was Kickstarted, so people donated for this movie. And if you paid to have this movie made and you saw that trailer, you should demand your money back because nothing blows up. I don't think there's a sex scene. And it's really just Zach Braff rambling on and on about how he thinks he's a modern-day Socrates, which he's not. I mean, he's got long hair and he wears tight clothes, but he's really not much of a philosopher. That's really all I got. If you've seen the trailer, you're probably just as confused as I am. But if you have this existentialist depression in you, you probably want to watch it because it's an outlet for you to just watch things that don't make sense. So this has been Trailer Trash, and I'm Colin Coyle.
Hello, and welcome to Notorious Netflix, a program dedicated to showcasing some of the worst movie masterpieces Netflix has to offer. I'm Matt.
And I'm Charles.
This week, we decided to watch Shrek The Musical.
Shrek the Musical is exactly what you think. Shrek, but with even more singing and dancing than before.
Shrek the Musical starts with an insight into ogre culture, with the departure of Shrek from his family at the tender age of 7.
Here we see the real tragedy that our hero faces, rejection and loneliness.
But then you remember this is a musical about a big green ogre, and you forget all about that deep story stuff.
The real beauty of Shrek the Musical is the songs.
Some of the songs are honestly pretty catchy, but no matter what, they always feel really ridiculous. Part of the enjoyment, honestly, is that Shrek was turned into a musical, and the songs just add on to how ridiculous that is.
The effects are ridiculous, too. If you'd ever imagine how stupid Shrek characters will look in real life, Shrek the Musical has got you covered.
Honestly, it's hard to say a lot about the Shrek musical. It's Shrek, the musical. It's kind of exactly what you expect and more.
But we can tell you our favorite parts. Mine is when they introduce Farquaad, and it's just a guy on his knees with fake dangly knees stapled onto his torso. Really and he just walks out. It's great.
My favorite part is actually in the beginning when Shrek's getting sent away, and they're just like, bye. And it's like, okay, all right,
See you later. I think it's safe to say that Shrek the Musical is at least an experience.
I give Shrek the Musical 5 anthropomorphic donkeys out of 5.
And I give Shrek the Musical 5 layers out of 1 onion.
That's all for this week's Notorious Netflix. Check us out next time for more horrible movie masterpieces.
This is Otter Swamp, and this is the part where you run away.
All right, so now that we saw the film, what were your impressions?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I wasn't huge on it. At first I was I was getting that really anxious feeling while I'm watching it because I was like, I don't want Tom Hardy's character to die or whatever. I felt bad for him.
You become very connected to his character.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like he's gonna die, and I feel like the dog's gonna die. And
The dog.
The dog was adorable.
Yeah.
But
Most important part of the movie.
it honestly was. Yeah. But I was really worried. But then halfway through, I was just like, okay, we're gonna see where this is going because the plot's it's there, but it's not everything is explicitly told to you.
Exactly. There were some unexpected twists that you definitely didn't see coming. So it definitely heightened the movie and it made it more tightly wound. Mm-hmm. So you can't talk about this film without mentioning how it is James Gandolfini's last film. Yeah. Any thoughts on him being a character that is stereotypically associated with him?
I think he did a really good job. I think he's used to that character. Mm-hmm. So obviously, being his last movie, he has a lot of experience being that character. So I think he was good no matter what kind of role he had.
I thought he was good. I've never really watched him in The Sopranos or anything. So I was just kind of all right, you're doing that thing you do. And you did it pretty well. And that was about it.
Well, for it being his last movie, are you glad that he got to do something that he's so used to doing, or would you rather him have shown something to show off his acting range?
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of sad that this is I didn't think it was a bad movie.
No,
but yeah. It was also one of those things where it's just I imagined it as a movie my mom would watch, from Redbox or something. So it's it's kind of just oh, James Gandolfini's in it, cool. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it would have been cool to see him do something different, but I think he went out on a pretty good note with this movie because he knew the role so well.
So, Tom Hardy, he fully committed to that accent to the point where it could almost become cliche. Your thoughts on his accent? Because to me, it was one of the most interesting parts of the movie.
Agreed.
I liked it. I mean, it was an accent. I was kind of like, at least it was like able to be understood on like his awful Bane accent from The Dark Knight Rises.
There's some. That's true. He has accent range.
He does.
But yeah, I was like, all right, like it wasn't like hard to understand or anything like that. It was just kind of like, okay, that's his accent. That's how he talks. He doesn't talk like anyone else in the movie, but.
For me, it kind of distracted because I was like, it's so over the top.
Mm-hmm.
You're from like Liverpool, England, Great Britain, Scotland, wherever that is. To me, it was kind of distracting. So how did it work for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think his Brooklyn accent was different than everyone else's Brooklyn accent, kind of in a way.
He's the only man in Brooklyn with that accent.
Yeah. I mean, I think he did a good job. I could tell it was a Brooklyn accent, and he didn't overdo it to the point where I was annoyed. So I think I have positive thoughts about it.
Well, that's good. So, now that we've seen it, talked about it, final reviews. What would you pay for it? Would you skip it? Netflix? What would you do?
I would Netflix it or maybe rent it on Redbox for $1.
But
I don't.
Matt's mom.
Yeah, like Matt's mom. Maybe we can have a movie night together.
But My mom would love that, honestly.
But I don't think I'd pay another however much we paid to go see it again in the theater.
I'm giving it a solid watch it on Redbox with my mom, and don't go out of your way to watch it. Like, it was good, but it wasn't like blowing my mind.
It
like,
wasn't great.
I need to see this movie. Like, woo, it was all right. I didn't mind spending like $8 to see it. It's just I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
I'd pay to see it again. I loved it. I loved how the dog was metaphorical for all this peace and inner anguish and things like that. I'm a sucker for metaphors, so that's my opinion. I'd buy it. So, if you're watching this, we have one person buying it, 2 people Netflixing it. Hope you enjoyed the show. This has been Appropriate Audiences. I got one.